I'm the Commissar. We're watching Forged Alliance Forever. We're back after the Christmas break. Happy 2025. You had better be ready. So we have a 6v6 game on a generated map, and in a staggering fit of originality, this will be the North team, and this will be the South team. In the rearguard air position for the North team, we have today's highest rated player. This is Azuros. He's 2100 rated, he's Cybran, he's in baby pink. And the other rearguard player, this is StinkyJoe. He's 1000 rated and UEF, and he's in red. And then inching along their front lines, we have zerbitvii, who's Seraphim and 1300 rated in yellow. We have Insectoid, who's walking his comm forward after just a single factory and mechs. He is 1000 rated and Cybran, he's in burgundy. And I think he should have gone for a Pigeon first if he was going to do that. We have Sandman27, who's 1100 rated and Seraphim in lime green. And last but not least, for Northern team, we have Legend Lore 2. Not Legend Lore, but Legend Lore. What is it with the word legend that makes everybody spell it wrong? We had legendary last time, if you remember. Or 2 times ago, however long. Anyway, Legend Lore 2. And on the South team, in the air position, we have velaone. Velaone, though he is their highest rated player, is significantly below Azuros in rating, so will that be important? We'll find out. Velaone is 1600 rated. I hesitate to say only, given my own rating. He is Cybran, and he is electric pink. Their other rearguard player is Darth Sand, who is 1300 rated and Cybran. He's in cyan. And then moving along their front lines, already very far forward here, we have HanSolo, 1400 rated and also Cybran. He's in baby blue. Darth and Han fighting together, who would have thought it? In the middle for South team, we have Dusky805, 1200 rated and Seraphim. He's in dark blue. And up here we have the 2 remaining players already very far forward from where they started. On the left we see FirstOneToDie. Will he? Let's find out. 1000 rated and Cybran in grass green. And on the right we have PsychoNurse. Also Cybran, 1300 rated in brown. So lots and lots of Cybrans on the South team. In fact, 5 out of 6 of them are Cybran and 1 Sera. A little more of a mix on the North team, but no Eons at all. Lots of mass scattered around this middle band across the map, and that's why all the comms are rushing forward quite so fast. They want to grab and eat these up. Horde of Selines being sent out to try and deny this one, which would be fine if there were any engineers coming. But to be honest, I think they're just going to run straight into First's comm and therefore not be as hopeful as Zerbit. Hopeful as Zerbit has hoped. Little bit of a tongue twister there. And I'm seeing a transport from Darth, which he is planning to try and grab this little patch of reclaim, which you might think would favour Legend and the Northern team. However, Azuros has had exactly the same idea regarding this patch of reclaim. Both are similar, but Azuros has got a single lab on there, and that might make all the difference. So let's see how they go. Azuros lands. Darth lands. Darth's been spotted, and Azuros sends his lab, that's the word, his ghetto gunship across here, and he starts firing, and Darth has started with an autogun, but he switches to an anti-air turret, but he is losing engineers while this happens, and Legend is also bringing in a Mantis, which will help do the job. Either way, air or ground, these boys are gonna die. While Azuros is just eating these essentially for free, which is pretty delicious. And SupCom will clear these up, but Azuros will have got a lot more work done over there. Up in the top corner, very cheeky NG drop here from Vela. These ones you'd expect, but these ones, will he get away with that? There's a tank here, but I don't think Zerbit can see those, so these engineers for Vela will get a lot of free food before Zerbit notices and presumably kills them. Now the water in the middle of the map we haven't talked about much. Sandman is first into the water, with Dusky shortly behind, and we also have Joe planning a naval factory there, 2v1. Will Dusky be able to hold? Zerbit getting a nice little run by up here. I think he'll claim these two mexes at the least. He still hasn't noticed these engineers, but at least he will get some damage done. And Psycho is forced to call back quite a decent army in order to clean it up. And so he does, but he loses 2 mexes. How are these NGs doing? They've got like 1500 between them, nice. On the left we have a little bit of posturing, and finally an engagement between Legend and Han. And Legend feels like he's got a bit more. Azuros and Sandman are bringing their comms in over here. Darth's comm is still pootling around on the plateau. Dusky has his comm in the mortar, and he's going straight for T2 Navy, which will be great if he can get T2 Navy out, but there's already subs in the water from Sandman, and with Joe bringing in reinforcements as well, this could be a large investment which gets denied. We'll have to see how that plays out. Quick overview on the reclaim front. South team doing a bit better by 5,000, and a lot of that is down to Han, who's grabbed 7,000 of it, compared to Sandman, who's got only 6,000. I say only, but yeah, small advantage there in terms of reclaim for the South team, and ecos actually, I say they were evenly balanced, but it looks like it's going slightly in favour of the South team as well. Psycho finishes gun, which is our first comm upgrade to complete, and first starts it. He could be assisting with these Mantis, which would be useful. He wouldn't, as well as these engineers. I don't think any of these units which Joe is bringing to the edge are going to be able to range these boys, so he needs some artillery in there, really. Down here on the left, we've got an engagement going down, and Han's easily able to fend this off. The bombers are a little more of a problem, and they get a decent number of NG kills, but Darth has also gone into the air, and he's going to pick the bombers off. But they've done the damage. Question is, has Han noticed this? There's a big swarm of tanks sneaking around the side from Legend, and they might get some work done. Legend himself on a T2 upgrade, but Azuros' comm will distract Han, as will this other push from Legend coming in the top. And with them coming on both flanks, Han is going to be pushed to defend. Now, I was talking about Zerbit because I see he's pushing in a bit here, but he's going to have a problem with that. Psycho has the gun upgrade on his comm, and Psycho has more spam. I think Zerbit's going to be forced to fall back, and Insectoid's comm isn't coming in to help, and is naked. Joe's comm is stuck on an upgrade. Han's coming up here to stop Legend's push, but Legend is swarming his dudes down here, and he's got bombers helping out, and there are a lot of T2 mexes that Han looks set to lose. And Han's comm has stopped moving, and these guys are faster than Han's comm. So this could be even more that Han is just going to lose essentially for free. He's got a few units coming out, but look at the damage. 2 T2 mechs there, a T1 mech there, T1 mech there. This T2 mech's looking set to go down. And Legend wisely stops these guys so they can shoot up that mech and finish it off. However, Han's got T2 on the field, and these rhinos should be enough to finish this off. How much more damage can he do? This is a good pickup though, this T2 engineer for Legend. Stop him getting the build power out there. I say it's a good pickup, he hasn't actually picked it up. Okay, now he has. And there's point defences going up here, which should be enough to stop this T1 force before it gets too much more damage done as rhinos come swarming out. So, very good attack from Legend there. I love it. We have T2 now complete for Dusky, but we also have T2 complete for Joe. So, this could be a bit of a problem, and these Zoes, they're going to be countered by the frigates, but the frigates are in turn countered by the subs. We'll have to check back on that later though, because up here, Zerbit, who's got the gun and a decent amount of spam, is pushing in on Psycho, who also has the gun and who also has a decent amount of spam. First is repositioning his comm back here to defend. I'd come more this way if I were First. And First has got T2 on the field, which could very much help Psycho out against Zerbit's push. Will Psycho need it though? Because Zerbit has got his comm at the back. This is a mistake because it means that Psycho's comm can freely clear up this stuff without being under threat from Zerbit's comm, and First indeed brings his comm in. So it doesn't look like we're going to have much of a threat to Zerbit, as Psycho and First are able to defend. What have we got here though? This is some shenanigans I see going on. And I also see Joe and Insectoid moving in. Therefore, Joe is shooting First here, who's tried to dip into the water and produce subs, but Joe's torpedo boats should be able to deal with those. Legend, I've shown on the minimap here, has got a tactical missile launcher, and I want to see what he can do to hand, but this is where all eyes have to be, this huge scrap here. T2, that's the phrase, PD, is going up for Zerbit, and that will definitely help, as we have 2 gun comms here, we have 2 gun comms here, we have a lot of spam, and Psycho looks like he might be getting focused by Zerbit's comm. Over here, Dusky finally has a Destro out, and that should be able to deal with the Zoes. Over here, the torpedo boat has dealt with the factory, but not the subs. Oh, those Zoes are going to be toast. Look at this. As are those subs, thanks to this Destro, which is also a sub hunter. But Psycho is taking the damage. Psycho's not going to survive. Boom! Psycho goes down in a great big explosion. We are seeing some good eco damage from this tactical missile launcher, but Han is throwing up tactical missile defenses, and over here, I think that Dusky is going to hold if he can just bring a Destro forward to clear out these subs. Corsair snipe attempted by Darth on Legend here, as he pushes himself with his comm on Sandman. Legend is not being distracted by these, he is just sending his units in here to counter Darth's comm while he puts up these T1 anti-air defences to worry about the Corsairs, and Azuros has ASFs who will clean them up before Legend himself takes too much damage. However, Darth's comm is enough to see this army off, so that is nice for Darth. However, he's lost a lot of Corsairs there. Speaking of air, how are we looking air-wise? Azuros has... What's this? When did this come up here? That's horrible. I hate that. I want that to be back down here where it should be. Anyway. Can that be changed? I'll find out later. Somebody tell me in the comments if they know how to put that back where it should be. Azuros has 7 ASFs. What about Vela? Vela has only 3, but I saw Darth was going into air. Darth doesn't have any. So Azuros does have the air advantage as things stand. I hate that at the side. What's that doing there? I haven't actually had a chance to play since Christmas, so I'm a little out of the loop. What was that? When did that happen? I hate it. Anyway, where was I? Now, First has taken advantage of Joe's comm being over here to send in a sneaky little horde of rhinos. They haven't got any anti-air, and so Insectoid's bombers can hit them, but rhinos have a decent number of hit points. And Vela is sending his small group of ASFs to clean up these air units that are fighting them. Down here, both sides massing T2 Navy. And Azuros dropping this sneaky little reclaim engineer in to take advantage of the fight. Nice little pickup. Dusky is heavily assisted though, and might be able to produce more than his opponents. On this side we have Legend coming in down here, but Han is being forced back. First's got quite deep into the territory of North Team here, and he's going to get some eco damage, because I thought Insectoid's com would stop these, but he's naked, he's completely unupgraded, and these are T2. However, we saw Azuros had an air advantage, and he's bringing in a whaler, which I'm sure will clean all of these up. Dusky pops out of the water to harass Sandman's production. These two players down here, Legend and Han, continue to posture a little bit and engage a few shots, but neither really pushing in. And how are the ecos doing? Well, again, they're pretty well balanced. And look at this, Azuros on one base has the highest eco in the whole game, whereas First and Vela, who have shared PsychoNurse base, they're not even catching him up, so this balance, rather than a huge lead to South Team, is all down to Azuros. But we have a naval engagement. We have the two teams going in and hitting each other with Navy, while Azuros, talking about his eco, is just capturing these mexes with a T1 engineer. Brutal. 3 Seraphim destroyers are going to do very well against 2 UEF destroyers, and the cruiser fire is just going to miss. Because unless the Sera destroyers stand still, what's it going to do? These subs are going to be shredded by 2 Sera destroyers. However, there are now 3 destroyers for the North team, because Insectoid has brought out one of his own, and Dusky is forced back a little bit. He brings in another one to support though, and he's also trying to get the reclaim, but these fellas are these underwater? Yeah, look, he's put these underwater so that the Destros can't target them with their surface guns, and he's using them as sub-hunters, which is quite nice, except it means he's losing all his engineers. This is nice though. Now, unlike Cybern comms with the torpedo upgrade, Sera comms don't have any direct naval upgrades, but the Region Aura will boost these destroyers hugely, and the advanced Region Aura even more so. Meanwhile up here, First has set up production on the plateau, but Zerbit has a tactical missile launcher on his comm and is taking them out. He's also taken out these mexes with that TML, but First has put up TMDs to stop him doing any more damage. However, the real issue for Zerbit and his friends is here. There's T3 production in a forward position and in the main base for First, and he's pushing in with this great big army here, and this is going to be able to do a lot. In the pond, the advanced Region Aura is finishing for Dusky, and he's moving straight to help out his destroyers. At the moment they have 6,900 hit points and they aren't regenerating, but as soon as they get close to that comm, they have 8,200 hit points and regenerate like anything. This is where we gotta look though. There's no actual air in here, anti-air, so if Azuros can bring in those raiders that we saw, that could be good. But at the moment they're not there, and there's a lot of damage that First is going to be able to inflict on Zerbit's relatively unprotected eco down here. T2 mechs is fully capped, just waiting to be taken out. And they are. Here comes that whaler we spoke about from Azuros with a decent air escort, but it's going to take a while to work through just the sheer amount of firepower T2 and T3 here, with bricks and rhinos being very good on the hit points. The loyalists less so, but the more damage that anything can suck up the better, and if this can take out that HQ, that's going to be a huge win for First. And the work is just getting done. Look at all these mexes being taken out. This is really going to hurt Zerbit's eco. And he's also lost a lot of engineers here in trying to get these point defences up, while First's forces just run past it. This is devastating. Killing that energy storage might cause a chain reaction there, which would be nice, but he's not focusing on it at the moment. And I think the whalers and bombers are going to clear this up before they get too much more done. This, however, could definitely clear up more capped T2 mexes. I don't think they're going to take out the HQ though, which is a pity. There is another HQ over here, which had one of them been lost, it would have paid off, but given that neither are lost, is a bit of a waste, and I think that's still a mistake. I think you should only have one HQ, unless you have a really good reason not to. Legend sneaking round Han again, and he's got a decent army here with bricks in it, with hoplites in it, but he's choosing not to advance, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe he's worried about these whalers because he doesn't have any anti-air in here. But we are back to the naval fight. We have to watch this. On the left, Dusky's fleet of multiple Serra destroyers, supported by his insanely powerful double region aura, is getting work done. On the right, First is sneaking bricks around here, he's sneaking bricks around here. On this side there's air defense, but on this side there isn't, and Zerbit looks set to lose actually quite a lot. Vela responds with his air force, and a lot of Azuros gunships are going to go down. Dusky is bringing in more and more Destros, and Sandman is beginning to lose production. However, we've got the air fight coming in here for Azuros and Vela. Who's going to win? It's over some of Zerbit's flak, which will give Azuros an advantage, but there are bouncers here for First, helping Vela. So, Sandman got to T2 Navy, but how long is that going to last? And Azuros wins the air fight, which could prove decisive, but, and we're going to have to retract the scores for a moment, we can see that there are still bricks up here for First getting damage done, and Zerbit is sending out Othiums, but will that be enough? Darth's com, supporting with that region aura, has been spotted as he takes the fight against the destroyers for Joe, and Azuros sends in a massive torpedo bomber snipe. Will it be enough? Over here, Azuros is picking off these with air as well, and Dusky takes a huge hit and goes down into the red. Will he make it out of the water? It's going to be close, but I don't think he is, because no, the second wave is just coming back. Boom! Down goes Dusky in a great big explosion, and everything is going wrong for poor old Southern team as they lose yet another player. Vela has inherited Darth's fleet. Dusky's fleet, but Darth immediately gets it as Vela hands it over. There are still torp bombers from Azuros messing around, but Darth is going to have enough to clear it up. Is Azuros going to react? Is Vela going to react? Are we going to see an air fight here? Meanwhile, though, Darth is being threatened quite a bit by Legend's bricks, which are pushing forward. He's got these point defences to fall back to, and Han does have a few bricks, which between them should be enough, but will it be enough in time? Both Darth and Han have been smacked down to half health by these bricks, which is actually pretty brutal. That said, South Team do have the eco advantage here, despite being 2 players down, and that will be because of this. Look at how many mexes First brick raiding took out from Zerbit. They're all dead. That is horrific for poor Zerbit, who is actually below 100 mass per tick. Another naval engagement, as Darth, using the fleet from Dusky that he inherited, is coming in to pressure this naval production from the combined North team, all of whom in the water, all 3 of them, now have T2. But this is a big Destro force, and it's going to get some work done. Meanwhile, FirstOneToDie wasn't the first one to die, but he was the first one to build an experimental. He's building a Monkey Lord, which I presume he'll head up to try and break this position over here. Insectoid is sending torp bombers to defend, and there's nothing to stop them here, because there's still no cruisers in this mix, which I really think that Darth should get some in there. Darth's ASF's coming to respond and take out the torp bombers, but now Azuros is going to answer that with his own torp bombers. The air fight goes down. Vela hasn't responded with his air, which we can see on the minimap, and Darth just loses his air. Azuros' own torp bombers come in, and these Destros are going to be shredded. But they've taken out Joe's T2 naval production. They're taking out Insectoid's naval production. 5 Destros left. Down goes Insectoid's naval yard. Will they be enough? Because this naval yard from Sandman is nearly dead. Will it be enough to take it out of the water? Only 3 Destros left, and they are still doing damage. And they fire on it. Will it be enough before this horde of torpedo bombers is going to take it out? Yes, it is, just before getting destroyed. So, Darth has lost his fleet, but North Team are out of the water. This is a big force of bricks from Legend coming in here, but the whalers from Darth, that's a lot of whalers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That 12 whalers, they're expensive, are coming in to handle it. However, on this side, Darth might also end up out of the water, as Insectoid and Azuros, backed up by Azuros' air, are coming in to flatten this naval HQ, and I think it's going to go down. Sure, there's a couple of flak turrets here, but there are so many torpedo bombers. And Legend is falling back with his bricks. Is he afraid of these whalers? Is he afraid of these bricks? Is he afraid of HanScom? I don't think he's afraid of HanScom, because HanScom is still hurt. And down goes the naval HQ. Some flak's been put up, but it wasn't put up in time. And I was hoping for a rather bigger engagement here, but it looks like we're not actually going to get that. But these guys here, has he seen them? Darth has a lot of flak queued up, but is he going to rebuild his navy? I think he is. However, over here we can see that Azuros has seen that big horde of whalers, and 12 whalers is a huge investment. And I think that Darth is basically just going to lose all of this for free. And he does. That is absolutely brutal. Quick check here. I hate this. Why is this over here? The whaler costs 1500 mass, so that was basically just, what's 1500 times 12? It's a lot. 18,000? Anyway, thousands and thousands of mass destroyed over there. Han completes a Monkey Lord as well, which could be nice, and we see that Darth has, of course, immediately gone for T2 Navy, and this time he's going for T3 Navy as well, and that could be crucial, as there is far less investment going into the water for the Northern team. But what's this? What? Vela's got... And he teleports into Azur's air grid. And he is getting the damage done, but immediately a bunch of jesters come popping out, and Vela's queued up his teleport out, but I don't know if he's going to make it as he gets caught in the explosion, and there are now... Boom! Vela goes down, the highest rated player for the Southern team. Darth's gonna... No, Han's gonna inherit it, actually. Looking at the ratings. And we're now 6-3. We have a 2-to-1 player advantage to the North team, with their highest rated player still there, and the highest rated player on the South team is now just 1400 rated. So this looks like quite the advantage for the North. They've caught up in eco, they're well ahead in player count, and we've still got these bricks to worry about. We have got a chicken out from Darth and a monkey from Han. We'll cut them off, but they've done damage. They've killed off a bunch of mexes here. Will it be enough to pay for them? I don't think so, but they're getting damage on the chicken. If they can kill the chicken, they will definitely have paid for themselves. And I'll tell you what we haven't talked about. We haven't talked about Insectoid's bricks getting in here. There's this monkey from First. Where did he have another monkey? I think he must have done. Can't see it. Oh, now he's got another. There he is. So he actually called this monkey back to fight the bricks, and that meant that Zerbit survived all this time. Han also going for the laser, but this could be a problem. There's a big army, a monkey, and a lot of bricks coming towards here. And this is all engineers. Han doesn't actually have anything to stop this entire army. I think he might be forced to cancel. He's got a mega under construction, but his monkey's all the way back here fighting those bricks. And he's now in range of that monkey. He's being shot. Han, you've got to cancel or you've got to die. And he cancels at 80%, which is brutal. And the monkey's coming after him. But it's turning away. And I think, yes, thanks to Han's stealth, Legend doesn't know that Han's there. And he misses out on the chance of a comm kill. Meanwhile, First is sending bricks across these plateaux, and he might be able to catch StinkyJoe out. Stinky has the shield, but he hasn't got enough to stop that many bricks. And what's he doing? He's trying to run and hide behind this cliff, but the bricks just come down after him, and Stinky might be our first casualty from the northern team. Point Defense is shooting on the bricks, and the bricks is going down, but Stinky's stopped running. And now he's trying to hide to prevent the fire, but all the bricks have to do is like walk to here and focus him, and he dies. Are we about to see our first ejection? I think we are, for the northern team. Stinky is focused. First calls him a noob, which is a bit rude. They're both the lowest rated players on their teams, and boom, Joe goes down. First monkey is still back here, having cleaned up those bricks, and Azuros is Corsair sniping it. Over here, Han is still under pressure, but he's now brought his monkey in with his own bricks to take the fight. Who's going to win? I think there's just more here for Legend, but Legend's monkey goes down. And that gets a vet for Han's monkey, and Han's monkey now backs away, not wanting to take the remaining fight. Can First catch it and deal the First? Legend. I have been absolutely confusing everyone today. He cannot, and with just 1,000 hit points left, Han's monkey gets away, and Han now has a crab coming in support, and that will definitely be enough. Meanwhile, airfight going down on the minimap. That's a huge amount of ASF from Darth, who now controls the entire air production of the bottom team. And look at all this. Cruisers and carriers are out for Darth, and that means that he's basically just won the airfight. That is brutal. This could be a bit of a problem. There's a Destro here, there's Othiums, there's a Harms, and there's absolutely nothing that can counter those underwater things for the southern team here. But he's got chickens coming through the water, which could be nice. Monkeys advancing from First. One's coming around this way, trying to cut Zerbit off. And the other's coming through the water, which might do some damage here to Azuros, but Insectoid has a monkey of his own, which might come and do the damage, and this one's damaged, this one is not. And again, this monkey is not attacking the fortified firebase, it's going in towards the back. And this could be some pretty brutal damage. The monkey from Insectoid is chasing, but Azuros is in a firebase here, is going to take some hits. He's got his Omni there, and that will be a nice pickup if First can get it, but I don't think he's actually going to get it. Ah, but he does, as the monkey now deep into the red flees. Meanwhile, this monkey pushes in, and we've got bricks from Zerbit pursuing, Percy's from Zerbit pursuing. But Percy's are quite slow and monkeys aren't. Now Darth's Navy, we mentioned it has no torpedo capacity. This Harms is just going through it. However, the Harms isn't going to stop the two chickens which Darth has walking out, and the carriers and the cruisers are now ground firing this Harms, and I think they're going to take it out. Nice play from Darth, but he hasn't got anything to stop these Ophions, which he won't be able to ground fire because they're so mobile. This monkey is going to die to the horde of bricks from Insectoid. And it does, but this monkey is getting into Zerbit's eco, and there are T3 mexes here that it can just mash. One T3 mech's down. Is that his only HQ now? No, he's got another one over here, hasn't he? Yes, he has. But damage will be done. A few T1 bombers from Insectoid, but I don't think they're going to be enough to stop it. Darth's chickens are walking in there, and we'll look at those in a minute, but this monkey is where we have to look for the moment. Zerbit's bringing in his Percies, and Percies are the best of the T3 units for just straight up countering experimenters in terms of resilience and firepower. But Zerbit is losing multiple T3 mexes, and this will really, really hurt his eco. However, the Percies are now able to focus down the monkey, and I think they're going to take it. Darth's chickens have made it to the base of Insectoid, taking out the experimenter he was building. Azuros building an experimenter here and a disruptor. If those chickens can take that, that'd be great. On the other side, Han's monkey crab combination, backed up by a bunch of bricks, is charging in on Legend, but Legend is going for another run by. Lovely. Another big load of whalers from Darth, who we now know has one air, and look at this. This is absolutely brutal. They need to take this disruptor though before it finishes. One of the chickens goes down. The other is just mashing its way through Insectoid's eco. Is that fire beetle defense? I think that's fire beetle defense we're seeing from Legend. How beautiful. How beautiful. Come on, Darth, move this chicken. Take out this disruptor, please. Wait, I thought that chicken died. It's still standing. Cool, right. The disruptor is being pinged. The monkey's finished, but I think that's going to be enough. 2 chickens, 1 monkey mime, and my money's on those chickens. The fire beetles. Boom. Look at those tiny little things exploding. But Legend is still getting this run by in while these guys push. The arty goes down. That's going to hurt for Azuros, who had invested quite a lot in that. He's building a monkey here and he's got his comm. The Corsairs come in to hit the chickens. And I think one chicken is going to go down to the Corsairs unless Darth responds with his ASFs immediately. These guys could be helping out, and I don't know why they're not. Han's got another business with a monkey and or 2 to fight these off while his forward force pushes up here. Meanwhile, the chickens advance in, but the Corsair pressure is relentless, and this looks like the ASF's coming in. Will this monkey come out in time? I think it's gonna be clutch. Monkey and Mega pair from Legend to fight the monkey and Mega here from Han. And this monkey is out. It's out in time as another wave of Corsairs comes in. They're going to be cleaned up immediately by the air from Darth, but they might do enough damage that the monkey can take out the chicken, but the chicken doesn't care about the monkey. The chicken just wants to get in here, and if it takes out the HQ, that is going to be an insanely big pickup for Darth. He should be walking in here so that when it dies in there, but he takes out the HQ. Azuros doesn't have T3 air production, and the chicken dies, but the damage is done. And over here, the experimental battle lines are being drawn up. Why these aren't fighting, I don't know, but they're not. Here in the middle, Darth's Navy just has no answer to these Ostiums. Look how many he's losing carriers everywhere here, and he's about to lose another. But we have a nuke. Who's it from? It's from First. First, in all this time, has just snuck up a nuke, and he's firing it. Where's it going for? Looks like it's going for Zerbit, and there's a nuke defense, but it's not loaded. I think Zerbit might be about to die. Over here, Darth's Raiders are pushing, but that's a lot of bouncers. It might be enough to stop them. The nuke, meanwhile, takes out Zerbit. Zerbit is dead, as is his entire front line emplacement. His chicken and his army survived, and they'll be inherited by Azuros, but that has got to hurt. Meanwhile, I thought that those bouncers would have eaten those whalers, but there's just enough to take it, and the Legend is going to be forced to fall back. See, those whalers could have done a lot more damage before, I think, but to be fair, Darth was concentrating on smashing Azuros' air grid, which he's done really well, and Azuros is having to rush his way back to T3 air here. First takes advantage of the nuke to push in, and that chicken on its own is not enough to stop this many bricks. And Azuros is just backing up with it. It's gonna die nonetheless, I think, but that might hurt. There's a bit of point defense for him to fall back to. And those whalers are just advancing. This is a lot of whalers now. They have enough anti-air on them to completely shred the T1 interceptors, and we now have these battleships out, but still nothing with torpedoes, and these Ophiums plus the are going to be able to do damage. Look how many look at all these carrier wrecks. That's insane. That's 5 carriers taken out by Ophiums, and more are basically just being sacrificed, and Darth has nothing to stop them. Tell you what Darth does have though is 4 chickens. That could be pretty brutal. Where are those whalers going? They're going for Insectoid's front line, and there's a couple of SAMs in there, but not much to stop them, and Azuros just doesn't have any air because of that immense, brutal destruction we saw over here. And Insectoid is going to lose so much to this. Those 4 chickens though, what can Legend do to stop them? Well, he's got a Soul Ripper to defend, and that bug will be able to hit them without taking too much damage from the chicken's flak. But 4 chickens against 1 Soul Ripper, they're just going to shrug that off while they walk into Legend's base. Legend is not entirely happy with the situation. And he's just going to lose everything. Look at this. This is incredibly brutal. The Soul Ripper just goes down to Darth's ASFs, which now have no counter from Azuros. And Legend is going to lose everything. That is insane, and it's brutal, and Legend just suicides. I don't blame him. Meanwhile, the next nuke is out from First. Where is it going? Can we see? Well, it looks like it's going to take out back here, and there's an SMD here, but again, the SMD isn't loaded, so Azuros is going to lose an immense amount from where Zerbit used to have his stuff. Darth's whalers are now hitting the old base belonging to Joe, and it's got a lot of SAMs in, but the whalers are doing damage. Meanwhile, Sandman's chicken has snuck out of the water here, and the HQ goes down. Meanwhile, the nuke impacts, we can see on the minimap there, but ooh, Darth has a lot of strats to answer that chicken, and it goes down very quickly indeed. And he's lost his whalers up here, actually, so good thing he's got some more. Meanwhile, the 4 chickens head for Azuros himself. But he's got cloaking and laser. Oh, this is going to be amazing. They can see where he is. They're ground firing. And Azuros dodges. He dodges and shimmies. 1 chicken down. Only 3 chickens to go as he targets the second. And they are doing their absolute best, and of course this Ion Storm can just see through the cloak. Azuros jinks around. He's taking the hits. He's down into the yellow. And the second chicken goes down. Only 2 chickens remain. And his laser keeps firing, but the 2 Ion Storms are brutal for him to deal with. They're targeting here, they're targeting there. But are they targeting him? He's down into the red, just 6,000 hit points left. But he kills the next chicken and gets a crucial rank of veterancy, and he kills the next chicken. And he's fleeing from the Ion Storms. This Ion Storm is expended. These Ion Storms are stuck here. Azuros is going to get out. What a chicken dinner, my dudes. 4 chickens cleared up by a single laser comm, and that is completely insane. However, things do look pretty bleak for North Team. First pushing in with bricks over here. These Orpheums are still just getting work done. Look at this. There are so many Orpheums with veterancy in there, and they've killed thousands upon thousands of mass of battleships and carriers and cruisers. But Han is pushing in down here with multiple Omegas and a monkey. There is now this monkey inherited from Legend for Azuros to defend with. Inherited, built himself, I don't know. And also, look at the reclaim. There is what, 60, 70,000 reclaim there? If Azuros can turn that into something, and this is what he's turning it into, he is building a Scathis in Joe's old base. And if that goes up, that could be the game changer that the North team needs. Sneaky little monkey from Insectoid comes across where previously his bricks were stopped by a monkey, but this is a big bank of point defense from First, and he's building his own monkey, which is nearly finished. Also, these battleships may have no answer to the Orpheums, but they have an answer to the monkey, and the monkey is taking hits. And look at the range on those Serra battleships. On the left, Han continues to advance, and Azuros is forced to retreat, and this is now supported by a bug. Another Soul Ripper is out, this time from Han, rather than from Legend. And Azuros may have trouble stopping this. Sandman will have to step up to the plate and get defending. He's got a chicken nearly done, but against this amount of firepower, that won't be enough, and Azuros and Sandman are going to have to work hard for this. And the Soul Ripper has been noticed, and that looks like it's planning to go deep by itself. Darth's Whalers have seen that Monkey Lord, and look at that. That is just going to shred it. It is going to be absolute and complete toast. That Soul Ripper is going in quite deep, and if it can pick anything off here, like, he can't see Azuros' comm because of the cloaking, but Azuros does have a few ASFs back up. He's got a bunch of SAMs, and this Soul Ripper may have overextended.
Strategic launch detected.
And down it goes, but Han is still pushing. Meanwhile, where is First nuking this time? Looks like he's heading for here. He's heading for Insectoid's front line, and that will kill this almost complete monkey and a bit of production. And is that Insectoid's actual land HQ? I think it actually is, you know. Yeah, it is. So that will hurt Insectoid quite a lot. Boom. But watch this, the Scathis is up and firing, and it has just... That was his air grid. That was his almost entire air grid. He does actually have an HQ down here that he built himself, but the air grid he inherited from Vela is toast. And with Azuros rebuilding, that could swing the air balance yet again, but those Whalers are here, and that is an awful lot of strats. Will that Scathis survive? We'll check that in a second, but first, how's the defense here going against the XPs? These bricks might just swing it. The Scathis fire just continues to rain down, and Darth is taking hits. First is taking hits. But the attack is coming in. Shield after shield after shield goes up around the Scathis as it fires. The Whalers come in and target the SAMs, while the Strats sweep over and go for the hit on the Scathis, and there are so many Strats. Kaboom! Not only is the Scathis destroyed, but all its hundreds of thousands of reclaim are also destroyed. That is insane. Meanwhile, though, the Scathis fire is landing, and this is pretty brutal. The reclaim is being destroyed first, fires another nuke. And Darth is losing all his air to ground to the SAMs, and he's losing most of his air force as well. But First is pushing in here with a great big army. And look at this, that chicken starter wasn't enough. Azuros is following it up with a crab main course as his cloak SupCom takes out a crab, takes out a monkey, and is going to take out the other crab. This is insane, and Azuros has killed already 15,000 mass with that comm. Over here, the land defense against first bricks is a mass of Percy's from Azuros, and a mass, and also he's got a chicken, but the chicken goes down. Will the Percy's be enough? This Mega is trying to... Oh, I thought it was going to try and focus fire, but I think Azuros is in too close with that comm, and this Mega has nothing he can do against Azuros's Mazer comm. And down it goes. Boom. Beautiful play from Azuros. Make that 48,000 mass killed by the comm. That's insane. Have a look at that huge reclaim field. But this is a lot of bricks from first, and there's now a monkey in support, and I don't know if Insectoid actually has enough to stop this. I mean, what can he do about it? Azuros has a big bank of Ravagers here, though, and that might be able to help, but if this just comes in across here, how much goes up? I mean, those Ravagers actually range this, and Azuros has started another Scathist. Oof. And he's got so much on it, maybe that'll be able to go up. If it does, again, could change batches a lot. We saw how much damage the first one did. And Renegades are now the order of the day. We discussed earlier why they're good against massed armies, so these bricks are a little more spread out. Will it be enough to save Insectoid, though? Insectoid's got this Soothsayer, which is very nice, giving them things. He's got a monkey half finished, but this could all be denied and destroyed as the bricks wander in. And the Renegades are just targeting the monkey directly, which is understandable. And there are a lot of Renegades. But the Soothsayer's down, and the monkey is still standing. This monkey is going to be denied. Insectoid is taking so much damage. And more Renegades of Azuros's answer. Finally, the monkey goes down, but that took a huge investment to stop it. I'm surprised we haven't seen an air response. Oh no, I'm not surprised we haven't seen an air response from Darth, because his air got shredded by the Scathist, didn't it? I forgot about that. Awesome. Salaman sending a chicken with a small army in the south, but Han's got another beetle up, and that beetle will eat the chicken. The chicken's got no anti-air supporting it. Han's got ASFs of his own helping out. So I don't think that that chicken is really going to get anything done. Huh. All the Orpheums are dead. Must have been those static torpedo defences, but he hasn't actually got an HQ yet. So this T3 thing is just producing energies to clear out the not much reclaim yet. He's eaten most of it. And look at that. You can see down there in the corner that this battleship is spending enough mass and energy on something. This one's already loaded. We have battleship nukes sailing across to lay down the pain on Azuros. That second Scathist, though, is halfway, though, and that could be the deal that he needs. Chickens positioning themselves from Darth. A lot of air defense, though. If the Renegades come in and just take those chickens, they may just be able to stop them. And Azuros's cloaked comm here, with his Mazer, is also a potent defense, as we've seen on those 2 occasions. There's also a lot more chickens in the water here, and if Darth masses all these up, I don't know what can stop them. 1 chicken? No. 2 chickens? Also no. This lot could just walk over Sandman unless Azuros brings in that Air Force. Will he? But these battleships, what's the range on those nuke battleships? Well, it covers all of Azuros's base if he parks them there, is what. And so nowhere is safe. That could be extremely powerful. Anyway, those 6 chickens come out the water. There's a 7th following them up. And Sandman has 1. Yes, 1 chicken to defend. That is going to be shredded. Boom, not even the wing's gonna be left over on this one. And the barbecue sauce is just going to be a dip for this comm. Who's coming forward to try and build some point defences. That could be considered unwise. Epic renegade defense again from Azuros, who's built up a decent air force, and it's probably. And Darth thinks he doesn't want to fight those chickens with the air force, or the air force with those chickens, or whatever, until it goes down. The comm is pung, but this chicken is dead. Meanwhile, the battleship launches a nuke. Sandman's being punked, but he resigns. He thinks that he's out of it. Again, can't really deny that, as this nuke, is it going to take out the HQ? That would be huge if so. That doesn't actually get that much done, though it does hit. Meanwhile, though, First has also sent a nuke of his own. Where's it going? If it hits here, that would be huge. How's that? And this Scathis is finished. Azuros is fleeing towards Sandman's base now, but that's where this nuke is going. Kaboom! And suddenly there's nothing left there to stop it, but the Scathis is firing again. What's it firing at? I think it's firing at this air grid here, which will be a lovely choice if so. And it's going to slam down into the southern air grid, and if it can take out the HQ for Darth, that would be a big pickup for Azuros. And he does. Okay, Darth can now not produce any T3 air. He's working on a YOLO of his own, but that's a long way from finishing. Scathis again asks Vela, and you know, he's not wrong. That Scathis is firing. And as I'm epileptically zooming in and out there, I apologise for that. Looks like the YOLO's been spotted, and if the Scathis can fire at that, it should probably be able to take it out. Airfight between Han and Azuros here, as everybody's having their air grids trashed. But I don't think that Beta is going to survive. The bug goes down. No, it does not. And now Han is not the YOLO. You'd have thought the YOLO would be the focus of this, but Han is the focus. First fires off another nuke, which we can see there. Where's that heading? It's heading in here, and if that can catch Azuros, that would be epic too. But look at this. Han is losing everything to this Scathis. His HQ here, his ecos here, his comms here. And he hasn't got anything else really. Though speaking of ecos, South Team are way ahead. Azuros has just lost so much to those nukes. And the rest of Sandman's old base is being taken out by this nuke as Azuros scampers away. What's the Scathis gonna do? Back again on the air grid, and Darth is just being kept out of the air by the Scathis. This is pretty amazing. But how's his YOLO doing? Well, it's not actually getting much done because Darth is losing so much. However, the nukes are relentless. What's this XP? Huh, we've got a cheeky chicken in the water from Azuros there. And this nuke is going here, and if Azuros loses both his HQs... Actually, he hasn't even got another HQ. He's working on fatties here, but what good is that going to do? And these 4 chickens, these could be his death knell. Because if they can break through to the Scathis, that's a lot of Ravagers though, and that chicken... Next round of Ravager fire, I think it dies. Boom, down it goes, and the Ravagers are free to take on this chicken, but are there enough Ravagers here to take out these 2 chickens? The Mazer comm is coming in as the nuke hits Azuros' air grid. And this horde of bricks can take out the Ravagers even if the chickens can't. Everything is going down and Azuros resigns. And leaving only Insectoid, the lowest rated player from the northern team. I do not think that there is going to be enough to stop it. Insectoid inherits everything, but with this chicken in here, with this horde of bricks, Insectoid resigns and South team win. My friends, when have you seen a more impressive feast than Azuros' dinner of chicken, crab and monkey. Strange combination of flavours. However, wasn't enough. Darth and First did an epic job of coming back against a much higher rated player. You know the drill, tell me what you thought in the comments below. While you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe and obey. I'm the Commissar, and I will see you next time.